Hello, I am Ginkgo Sequoia and I am the author of the book The Tree Mystic. This extract is about sisterhood and writing your own compelling end. Now that Solly is aware of the widow's plight, he tells the young widow Utica what he plans to do about it. It begins with a little tale of what research he has done. One of the greatest trials of human suffering took place during the Second World War, the 900-day blockade of Leningrad in Russia. The people starved when Germany surrounded Leningrad and cut off supplies. Such was their plight that the women dissolved buttons to make soup and used leather and tree bark to make stew. By 1944, 750,000 people had been deliberately starved to death. The women in certain towns of Scotland wanted to express their solidarity with the surviving women of Russia. They were desperate to show how much they cared. In a heartwarming story of sisterhood, they held meetings and gathered thousands of signatures so that they could send a message conveying their support and admiration. However, they did something else. They produced a book, To the Heroic Women of Leningrad, from the Women of Airdrie and Coatbridge. Then, a delegation of housewives took it to London to ensure it was dispatched to Russia. It was a book of love. It still is. It's a story of true friendship, hope and inspiration. It is a book of art wrapped up in silk with heartfelt messages. When it was received, it swept a tide of joy through the city of Leningrad. The unexpected gift helped the women of Leningrad understand that although their bodies were starving, they could still satisfy the hunger of the human soul. Later, the women of Leningrad, along with the city's most accomplished artists, reciprocated. They too created a book of love, a collection of art and gratitude with lithographs, engravings, beautiful watercolours and letters, and they sent this to Scotland. It still sits in the Mitchell Library in Glasgow, each letter and brushstroke a testimony to how hearts are connected. Eventually, I would like the widows in India to do something similar with our help, to produce a noble book of their stories and art to show the power of the human spirit. I think that this will stir consciences. I hope that this will inspire all the women in the world to come together and do what they can to change things. I hope that the men will reach out too. Is that the only reason, Solly? It is what our Chinese emperor would have wanted us to do, for the widows to win their freedom through art instead of war, and to paint their pain on silk. He planted the seed a long time ago. The time has come to sow it. But wasn't that centuries ago? It was. However, understand this and you will understand the difference between patience and discipline. Discipline is something that you do or something that you practice. Patience is something that you have. Patience is not waiting for what you want. Patience is planting seeds that you may never see flower. Faith is handing the caring over to someone that you might never meet. Together they describe our role in the world. There was a period of solemn quiet before Utica spoke again. What happens after that? Then, realizations will launch themselves like rockets and crisscross the sky. Bitterness will be tempered, hearts will be reignited, sacrifices will receive their acknowledgements, and dark clouds will pass. Then there will be a dawning. The widows will realise that they themselves hold the pen that can write the final chapter and a new ending to their own story, in the same way that we all can. Our role is to give the widows a helping hand. This is what we will do. Thank you for that. There's another section following soon on the widows. You can read all about it by buying the book at Amazon or buy the book on thetreemystic.com, and on the website thetreemystic.com you can also donate to the Widows Charity and actually make this book come alive. That's all for now. Thank you.